Hi everyone, my name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor of Cornerstone Church in Marshfield. I'm here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. Well, today, if you want to join me, we're going to be in the book of Psalms, and we're going to be in Psalm 35 today. And before we get there, I just want to ask, and I'm sure most of us out there will say yes, but I know I certainly do. Do you ever wake up some days, or maybe it's in the middle of your day, or maybe it's at night with your family, and you feel like you're just in a battle? You feel like you're just in a fight, and you can no doubt just feel like, man, there's something beyond the person in front of me. There's something beyond my boss. There's something beyond my family. There's something beyond my neighbor, whoever it is that you're having conflict with, that you're in a quote unquote fight with. You're going, man, there's some evil at work, some spiritual evil that's going on in this world. And so I think we can all feel like we're in a fight at times, and we should, because we are in a spiritual battle as followers of Jesus. Well, today as we go to Psalm 35, the writer of Psalm 35 is King David, and he was a man of war. He was a man who was involved in battles a lot. He was a man who sometimes was fleeing for his life, and we often see in his writings, as we see today in Psalm 35, that he'd be crying out to God for God to bring him salvation, to bring him freedom from the pursuit of his enemies. And so today, as we get in Psalm 35, I'm just going to read for us 3 verses. And even though we may not be like David, we may not be those who are literally in the military or in physical war, we're all in a battle. And so I think we could take David's words in these 3 verses and draw a lot from them. Here's what David writes. He says, "Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Take hold of shield and buckler," which would have been a smaller shield, "and rise for my help. Draw the spear and the javelin against my pursuers." And I love this part. "Say to my soul, I am your salvation." That's where we're going to stop today. I want to take this a little bit in parts. That first verse where David says, "Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Fight against those who fight against me." What a great first step. When we find ourselves in these fights in life where we can feel like there's evil coming against us, or we just find ourselves in a lot of conflict, what a great first step to go to the Lord and say, "Lord, fight the battle that I'm in. Please fight the battle on my behalf." It reminds me of the story of the Israelites as they fled Egypt, and they were set free from Egypt. But then the Egyptians pursued them. And as they're on the edge of the Red Sea and they're wondering, man, maybe it would have been better to just stay in Egypt, Moses has these words for the Israelites. He says, "Fear not, stand firm and see the salvation of the Lord, which he will work for you today. For the Egyptians whom you see today, you shall never see again." And then verse 14, "The Lord will fight for you, and you have only to be silent." I think there's a lot we can take from that. Isn't it true? I know sometimes I just need to be quiet. I just need to be silent. I need to trust that the Lord, who is faithful, will fight for me. Then David goes on and he says, "Take hold of your shield, your buckler, and rise for my help." He's asking God to do that. "Draw the spear, God. Draw the javelin, God, against my pursuers. And say to my soul, I am your salvation." All I can do is think of Ephesians 6, where the Apostle Paul is writing, and he gets to verse 10, and he says, "Finally, be strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to take the stand against the schemes of the devil." And then he goes on to list this armor of God and all that he gives us. You know, David wants to make sure that God is fighting for him. And friends, as we find ourselves in conflict and in fights and in battle against the enemy, we need to be so utterly dependent on God and what he provides. As he provides the shield of faith, as he provides the breastplate of righteousness, and he provides the helmet of salvation and the belt of truth and the feet fitted with the gospel of peace, and he gives us the sword of the Spirit, the word of God. You see, he is the one who provides rescue. He's the one who provides salvation. It is why David says, "Tell my soul that I am your salvation." Friends, God is our salvation. I don't know what battle you find yourself in today, what conflict, and I don't know what evil you find against you today, but believe this and know this. You can call out to your God, and he is faithful, and he will fight for you. It's the same God who fought for the Israelites who are escaping the Egyptians. It's the same God who fought for David as he was pursued by so many different enemies. It's the same God that Paul talks about, who provides the whole armor of God so we can take our stand and prevail. Friends, trust in that God to fight for you. Have a great day. We'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.